What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Tuesday Show brought to you by Blue Light Media. My name's Mikhail, and today we're going to be talking about a product launch. We got a question on Instagram yesterday, actually, and the question was building a community before a product launch. What metric should I be looking at to decide when it launches? In our opinion, it actually doesn't really have anything to do with a specific metric. There's no number of followers or number of people on an email list that's going to decide when you should launch a product. In my opinion, in our experience, you should actually just set a launch date and start building out the foundation leading up to that. Now, there are a couple things that you want to have in place before you set that launch date, in our opinion. And for one, make sure you have all of your properties prepared. So one is going to be the website. Make sure that that's functioning. You have your analytics set up, your Google and Facebook pixels, whatever you need to make sure that you're collecting data and tracking your audience for marketing later on. In addition to that, obviously, you want to have your social platforms active. We like to treat product launches like movies, right? If you think about it, when they were releasing Star Wars Episode 7, it was marketed 2 years before the movie even came out. So we apply that same concept when we're launching new products. You also want to make sure that you have all your ad accounts set up. Make sure you have a great email service provider set up as well too, because of course you're going to be wanting to launch newsletters and of course the announcements of when you are actually going live. So make sure that those digital properties are set up before you set up your launch date. And in addition to that, if you are selling a product, make sure that your supply chain is well managed. You know what your timelines are as to when you can receive new product into your warehouse or your facility if you're not doing like a drop shipping type of model. In addition, you want to make sure that you have products on hand and that you have enough products to supply whatever followers you might already have and how many people you expect to reach with your ad campaigns. Now, one of the companies that we're working with right now is Winged Nutrition, and they're not actually coming out until early May. It's actually a CBD line, and we're helping the company build it from the ground up. We're building out all the digital platforms, social media, the website, whatever it is, and we actually even have a hand in the brand voice and positioning, which makes it really exciting for us. Now, all the products aren't fully developed or released yet, but we started building out the brand, and we know exactly what types of products we're going to be putting out. We've already started building out the Instagram profile. We've started building out the website, and we've actively started marketing the product, and we set a date of early May, and the team is saying May 1st, so we're really excited about that. And in the meantime, what we're doing is we're making sure that we are building an audience. We're making sure that the website is functioning really well also. We're making sure that we are collecting data. We already have an email subscriber list of over, is it a couple hundred at this point, Carly? On the email subscribe list? She wasn't paying attention. It's okay. I believe it's a couple hundred, and we just started about a month ago or so, which is excellent, right? So these are the things that you want to have in place before a launch. And again, to answer your question, there's no amount of followers, there's no amount of email subscribers or anything like that that's going to determine that for you. A couple questions you might want to ask yourself, though, is how many products do you want to sell, right? So think of how many people you're going to reach. Are you able to have that product on hand by that date? In addition to that, think of, do you have a genuine interest list built, right? And the way that you can determine that is by constantly feeding them content and seeing where those subscriptions are actually coming from. And lastly, you might want to consider doing a soft launch and seeing what your test audience actually thinks about the product. And you can even have them create content and testimonials for you, kind of like how the Rolling Stone or the New York Times has a review on movies that aren't even released yet. You can apply that same concept when launching a product. So these are all the things that you can take into consideration before launching. Set your date, set the goal, and work up to that and make sure that you have everything in place to make sure that you do have a successful launch. But no matter what you do, be sure to put your heart into it, and we'll see you next week on the Tuesday Show.